Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're taking a bit of a turn, exploring wealth from a really different angle.
Yeah, we're diving into the audiobook, Money is Energy, the only book you'll ever need to attract wealth.
And this isn't your typical finance guide, is it? No Stark picks here.
Not at all.
Mm-mm.
This source gets into the idea that, well, attracting abundance is less about hustle and more about your inner state, your energy.
Exactly. It suggests wealth responds more to our energetic alignment, our internal world, than just our actions.
So our mission today is to really pull out the core ideas from this audiobook to understand this whole money is energy perspective.
Okay, so the central theme right off the bat, money isn't just physical cash.
Right. The audiobook paints it as an invisible force, like an energy current. And it says this energy actually responds to your being, your personal frequency,
So less about what you do for a living.
and more about what you are being, energetically speaking, what frequency you're putting out.
Interesting. So let's unpack some of the key themes they cover. They talk about money being like flowing energy, right? Like water.
Yeah, that's a big one early on.
Yeah.
It responds to consciousness. They tell that story of Eleanor, the shopkeeper, who saw money as static coins.
Mm-hmm. Until someone explained it's more like a flowing current.
Exactly. Like the coins are just containers for this bigger energy flow. It shifts how you even think about wealth itself.
Instead of a limited resource.
It's seen as this dynamic moving river. And crucially, your awareness, your thoughts and beliefs can influence where that river flows.
Like that example of Harold, the mail carrier. He seemed prosperous before he actually was.
Yeah, that really highlights it. The inner state kind of precedes the outer reality, according to this view.
Okay, and it's not passive. It emphasizes aligning ourselves internally, our beliefs.
Definitely. Chapter 3 talks about the magnetic mind, how our thoughts, feelings, beliefs about money constantly send out an energetic signal.
Like a broadcast.
Sort of, if you're always broadcasting lack and worry.
You push prosperity away.
And if you focus on abundance, trust. You draw it in. Like Eugene, the shopkeeper, who turned his business around just by changing his internal narrative.
Well, like, not by some big external strategy first, but an inner shift.
An internal magnetic field shift.
Yeah, this part really got me thinking. The impact of inherited beliefs.
Oh yeah, the spell of scarcity. Chapter 4.
It suggests many of our money limitations aren't even consciously ours. They're, like, handed down.
Exactly, like invisible constraints from family or culture. Things like money doesn't grow on trees, or that constant feeling you have to struggle.
And the book encourages you to actively identify these spells.
Right, become aware of them. Like Ruth, the weaver, who challenged her family's scarcity mindset and then saw her craft flourish. It shows the power of breaking those patterns.
Okay, then there's the whole giving and receiving balance. This was pretty provocative.
Uh-huh. Resisting receiving can be as bad as not giving.
Yeah, it calls that resistance an ancient wound masquerading as virtue. Strong words.
It is. The metaphor they use is like flowers refusing sunlight, so they wither.
So deflecting compliments, gifts, opportunities, it disrupts the flow.
And it often stems from feeling unworthy, not actual humility, like Marvin, the teacher who always refused help.
Interesting. And the flip side is the sacred law of exchange.
Giving freely, with joy, no strings attached.
It sees giving and receiving as two sides of the same coin, both vital.
Totally. Like water needs to flow. Clinging to wealth out of fear actually creates scarcity.
Remember Raymond the blacksmith prospered when he gave more freely.
And Lillian, the widow whose generosity led to unexpected abundance. It's about aligning with that natural flow of increase.
So it's not just the action, but the mindset behind it, which leads to this idea: money is a mirror.
Ooh, yeah. Reflecting our deep beliefs about ourselves, our worthiness.
So if you're constantly judging wealthy people or feeling resentful,
You're basically blocking it in your own life. Your relationship with money mirrors your relationship with yourself, your deservingness.
like George, who realized his negative talk about the wealthy was holding him back.
Exactly. Healing that inner narrative is key to changing the outer reality.
And what about desires? The book reframes desire itself,
Right. Not as something selfish or suspicious, but as a divine compass.
guiding us towards our potential and abundance.
Yeah. Often we're taught wanting more is bad leads to suffering. But this suggests our deep longings are messages, nudging us towards our gifts, our expansion.
Like Earl, following his interest in herbs led to a prosperous career.
It shows honoring your true desires aligns you with growth.
So practically, how do we tap into this flow? They talk about the wealth frequency.
Cultivating inner states, joy, gratitude, peace to attract abundance.
So the universe responds to your vibration, not just actions.
That's the idea. Joy, gratitude, peace are like the language of wealth. Think of Joan, the dancer whose joy attracted students.
Or Stanley, the shopkeeper whose shift from worry to contentment boosted business.
It's about embodying the feeling of wealth, even before it fully shows up, being the frequency.
But what if doubts creep in? Those old fears.
Ah, yes. Slaying the final shadow of lack. Chapter 10 addresses this.
It acknowledges that even as good things start happening, we might still self-sabotage.
Right. Old fears resurface as resistance.
Yeah.
Like Norma, almost turning down a grant because she felt unworthy.
Or Samuel, hesitating with his healing gifts due to fear of judgment.
These shadows can stop us from fully receiving. The key is awareness, recognize them as old patterns, and consciously choose worthiness.
So it's about becoming the money alchemist within.
Yeah, having the inner power to transmute any financial situation, shifting from lack to abundance through consciousness.
So setbacks contain seeds of greater abundance.
If you shift your energy, like Clyde's ruined crops leading to a better harvest of unique herbs.
Or Elaine turning her business around just by changing her internal story about it.
It's the alchemical power of focus.
And this alchemy is tied to emotions. Emotion is currency.
Deeply. Our feelings aren't just reactions, they're the building blocks of our reality.
So positive feelings are like energetic deposits.
Attracting more abundance, while fear and worry are withdrawals.
Like Gilbert finding opportunities by cultivating gratitude during grief.
Or Opal attracting customers just by radiating joy in her shop. Your emotional state directly influences the flow.
So tuning your spirit to the frequency of gold isn't a one-off, it's a daily practice.
Exactly. Like a wealth frequency routine, maybe movement, gratitude, visualization.
It's about consistent energetic alignment. Like Leonard, the musician whose opportunities expanded when he played for love, not just money.
Or Doris, who committed to 30 days of wealth consciousness and saw real financial shifts. Calibrating your inner instrument.
Then there's the divine circulation principle. Money needs to move, like breath or water.
Yes, holding on tightly out of fear restricts the flow.
Releasing it with trust, giving generously, makes you a clearer channel.
Like Arthur helping his sister and finding his own situation improved.
Or Jeanette's selfless giving leading to new business opportunities. Wealth multiplies through movement and trust. A key element here seems to be intention. Planting gold.
Absolutely. Clear, focused intentions are like potent seeds the universe helps nurture.
And it's more than just wishing, right? It's the first spark of creation in the energetic realm.
Sylvia writing specific intentions that manifested versus Gerald's scattered desires leading to unclear results. Focus matters.
Creates a clear blueprint for the universe. And intention is even stronger when linked to purpose. Money loves purpose.
Definitely. Wealth flows more easily when you're channeling gifts in service of something bigger.
So if you're creating real value driven by a desire to serve.
Money becomes a natural byproduct.
Mm.
Like Lena's passion for teaching leading to new opportunities.
Or Russell's income increasing after he defined how his wealth would help others. Purpose acts as a magnet.
The powerful one.
It keeps coming back to inner alignment. The book even says, the voice of the universe is always whispering yes.
That chapter is all about cultivating an inner yes to receiving. Our experience is often determined by our internal conversation with the universe.
Like Mabel shifting from doubt to certainty and seeing transformation.
Or Arnold's breakthroughs after releasing anxiety about his loan. Aligning your frequency with receiving.
And receiving is often linked to divine compensation for genuine service.
Right. Service given freely without expecting a specific reward. The universe responds to love and generosity in action.
Like Virgil's volunteering leading to a job offer.
Or George's shared recipes returning multiplied in a business venture. Giving creates an energetic vacuum that abundance fills.
We also seem to have an inner oracle for guidance.
Our intuition. The universe communicates through gut feelings, subtle impressions.
So we need to quiet the analytical mind and tune into those nudges.
Like Calvin, getting profitable investment insights intuitively.
Or Hazel making mistakes by ignoring her inner warnings. Trusting that inner guidance is key for financial life, too.
Very much so.
Then there's the concept of the energy bank. Our emotional state is the real currency.
Yeah, positive feelings are deposits attracting good outcomes.
Worry and doubt are withdrawals.
Basically. Millie noticed blessings came on days she consciously kept her vibration high.
And Percival's appreciation for his small business led to more prosperity. Investing in positive emotions pays off energetically.
It really builds on itself.
And it all seems to funnel back to worthiness. The master key.
Truly the core message. Our inner belief in our deservingness governs what we allow ourselves to receive.
The universe can't override our own judgment of our worth.
That's the argument. Like Walter's failure stemming from a deep belief he didn't deserve success.
Until he shifted that.
Right. And Pearl's transformation came only when she embraced her intrinsic worth. It's not earned. It's remembered and embraced.
So the ultimate view is money as a sacred service, aligned with our spiritual frequency and purpose.
Exactly. Stop chasing it externally. Focus on cultivating inner abundance and trust it will flow as a result.
Like Hank realizing money responds to energy, not just effort.
Or Lois's passion for dance, creating that magnetic field of abundance. When you're aligned with purpose, wealth follows.
Okay, but what about faster results? They touch on instant manifestation.
Yeah, suggesting that if you can truly release doubt, hold a clear vision, and have unwavering faith, things can happen surprisingly fast.
Like time isn't the fixed constraint we think.
When belief and emotional alignment are absolute, the universe can respond seemingly instantly, like Otis visualizing and getting an influx of funds.
Or Virginia feeling gratitude for her retreat before it manifested quickly. The power of pure belief.
It's pretty mind-bending.
But even then, we need to be open to how abundance arrives. Release control.
Yes, cultivate surrender and trust. The universe has infinite channels we might not see.
Like Stan's unexpected job offer after a layoff.
Or Estelle getting a business serendipitously. Releasing the how opens up more possibilities than we can imagine.
And finally, it loops back to the present moment. The wealth ritual of the present moment.
Right. Your relationship with abundance starts now, by savoring joy and gratitude for what you already have.
Postponing joy until some future milestone actually pushes it away.
That's the idea, like Caleb appreciating the sunrise each morning.
Or Bernadette treating her small shop like a success now. Claiming the richness that's already here aligns you with the frequency of wealth.
It anchors it in the now.
So wrapping this up, what does this mean for you listening? It's quite a shift from typical wealth advice.
Definitely. It suggests the most effective path might be cultivating our inner landscape, not just relentless external action.
The core theme running through Money is Energy is just that. Money is energy. Abundance flows from inner alignment, beliefs, vibration.
Not just from external effort alone.
So some key things to maybe mull over. Think of money as flowing energy, like that water analogy.
And remember, your mindset is like that magnetic field, attracting or repelling.
Maybe try identifying those inherited spells of scarcity, like Ruth did.
And notice any resistance you have to actually receiving, like Marvin's story highlighted. Overcome that.
Embrace giving with joy, the sacred law of exchange, like Raymond and Lillian.
See money as that mirror reflecting your inner beliefs about worth, like George learned.
Honor your desires as that divine compass, guiding you like Earl found.
Actively cultivate the wealth frequency, joy, gratitude, peace, like Joan and Stanley. Maybe try that 5-minute joy practice.
Gently address any final shadows of lack. Remember Norma and Samuel.
See yourself as a money alchemist, transmuting challenges like Clyde and Elaine. Rewrite your story.
Understand emotion is currency. Invest in positive feelings like Gilbert and Opal.
Tune your spirit to the frequency of gold daily, like Leonard and Doris did. Maybe create a routine.
Embrace the divine circulation principle. Let money flow with trust, like Arthur and Jeanette.
Practice planting gold with clear intentions, like Sylvia. Maybe start an intention journal.
Know that money loves purpose. Align desires with service, like Lena and Russell. Write a wealth purpose statement.
Remember, the universe is whispering yes. Cultivate faith, like Mabel and Arnold. Use a yes affirmation.
Trust in divine compensation for genuine service, like Virgil and George. Reflect on your past service.
Listen to your inner oracle, your intuition, like Calvin and Hazel. Try a stillness practice. Focus on building your energy bank with positive emotions. Like Millie and Percival, do an energy audit.
And always remember, worthiness is the master key, like Walter and Pearl discovered. Work on worthiness alignment.
See money as a sacred service, aligned with your frequency, like Hank and Lois. Try present tense journaling.
Understand instant manifestation is possible with pure belief, like Otis and Virginia. Make a miracle list.
Stay open to surprises, release control over the how, like Stan and Estelle. Use an allow affirmation.
Engage in the wealth ritual of the present moment. Savor joy now, like Caleb and Bernadette. Try 3 small rituals.
No, the field responds to joy, like Eugene and Hattie. Schedule joy time. Flow with the sacred cycle of creation. Vision, feel, embody, release, like Alma and Bert.
Remember, you are the source of abundance, like Lloyd and Delilah. Use the I am the source affirmation. See wealth as a ripple, touching others like Nancy and Clarence. Take a ripple action.
And finally, embrace the golden life. Appreciate the abundance already here, like Henrietta and Franklin. Whisper gratitude daily.
Wow, that's a lot to take in. This deep dive into money as energy really offers a compelling alternative view on financial success.
It really does. It prompts you to ask if your current view aligns with this energetic perspective.
Absolutely. So as you go about your day, maybe think about one small shift you could make. Just one thing to start embodying that wealth frequency more fully,
Perhaps real wealth isn't just about accumulation.
but more about recognizing the abundance already flowing through you right now. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.